Okay, welcome to Season 4, Episode 3 of the Market High School Messenger Movie Podcast. Today, I am your host as always, Will Roach.
And I'm the other guy, Jeff Swift.
You're the co-host, Jeff.
Don't.
Dress yourself appropriately.
Don't patronize me.
Alright, and we have our guests today.
What's up, guys? I'm Jen. Bosche.
I'm Sabrina, Lacy.
I'm Arpitha Sistla.
Okay, today, Jeff and I are just going to do a quick little review on Knives Out, and then we'll branch out to a much wider topic about Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
So
No relation between those, by the way.
No relation.
Whatever. Okay. So there will be no spoilers.
No spoilers.
For this review. Which
watch it. Watch the movie.
Well, right. We don't want to spoil it. There are a few people here who don't want it spoiled. So, quick little synopsis. Knives Out is kind of a whodunit murder mystery about this crime novelist who gets murdered and the rest of his family is in this bid to get his inheritance. All the while, there's a detective going around trying to figure out who may have killed the grandfather. So, What are your thoughts, Jeff?
It is a ridiculous movie. Just really, really strong. You know, you think of the regular, like, murder mysteries, and you're like, oh, Scooby-Doo crap and all that. You don't think you're really going to see anything new, and you see something really new with this.
Yeah.
You know, the casting is great, the writing is great. Ryan Johnson's famous for subverting expectations like he did in Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Some would say that didn't work out there. Well, this is a murder mystery. That's exactly what you try to do.
Right.
And he does it perfectly.
It works really well.
Yes.
The few things I want to mention, the soundtrack, excellent.
Yes.
Ryan Johnson, he's experienced. He knows when to have music playing. He knows when to not have music playing. He works on both of those really well. When there is music playing, it's always incredible, plays right with whatever he wants you to feel in that moment. There's acting as well, same with casting. Daniel Craig. That's
Daniel Craig, not Craig Daniels.
I keep wanting to
not
say
Craig
Daniels, but that's not right. Normally you just see him as 007. He's, name's Bond. James Bond. That's a horrible impression.
That would be a good one if you were trying to do Sean Connery.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, that's a Scot, not a Brit.
In this film, Daniel Craig.
Nice.
He's got an incredible, very deep Southern accent. I think he was having a great time with the movie. And same with all the other actors. Chris Evans didn't really do anything special. He just acted like a jerk. He was
Chris Evans.
And he does
Except
that
he was
really
a jerk.
well. Except he's a really nice person.
He's a nice person in real life.
Last thing I have to say is that there is a lot of expectations to be subverted. I think it's done extremely well. And it's a great watch for anybody, unless you don't like blood.
That's not bad on the blood either. But then again, I'm also coming from a different background, so.
That's fair. Okay, so that's our review. Jeff, what do you want to give it on a number scale?
I think at least a strong 9 is probably the lowest I'd give it.
I'd say 9.5, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is our review on Knives Out. You can go watch it, still in theaters. Probably going to be one of the better movies you'll see this year. And so let's get on to our wider topic of Christmas movies. So this is going to be something a little bit new that this podcast hasn't done before. Normally we just talk about trailers, movies, but today we're going to just talk about the concept of Christmas films, maybe things we like about them in general, tropes that we enjoy or dislike. And we'll have a good old time because it's the holiday season. So who wants to start us off with the movie?
Yes.
Yes.
This is what you're here for. This is why we hired you.
Alright, well, my favorite Christmas movie of all time has to be The Christmas Story. Can't lie about it. It starts playing on a loop, like the second like it was a tradition of ours. We'd always watch it on Thanksgiving. And we'd, from time the Macy's Thanksgiving parade ends until we go to bed Thanksgiving night, The Christmas Story was just on a loop. And that movie is iconic, and it's just overall a great movie, and I love it. So yeah,
that's great.
That's my story for the day.
Yeah. Okay.
I have to say, like, my favorite series of Christmas movies is the Santa Claus 1 through 3.
Oh, God. Let's go.
I had to say
That is a great selection.
Oh,
right
I'd
there.
have
My
to say, it's just really good. I really like the first one and the third one. The second one's kind of like unnecessary, but I'd have to say that's my favorite series of Christmas
I
movies.
let you in this recording room not to mention that movie.
Out of all the Christmas movies,
I'd
out
have
of
to
all
say
of
it's really
them,
good.
Sabrina.
When I watch it, I'm just like, man, this is a good movie. Jeff, do you have to agree?
Oh yes, the top quality filmmaking right there. Everything Tim
sarcasm,
Allen is
Jeff.
in. No,
Sarcasm.
I gotta say, it's crap, but you love it. You know.
We had
No.
this discussion.
I
love
don't
it. I love
know.
it. It's great.
It's better than some of the Hallmark movies that are playing. Those are
Okay.
are low tier.
Okay, hold on. Hallmark movies are like art. They're literally perfect. So shut up.
They literally, the characters go through the same thing. Like, it's just like a
So
lady
that's the
as a
trademark.
businesswoman, and then she's alone. She's alone during the Christmas season, and then she falls in love with her coworker. It's the same.
I think you just
And they're all
described,
white,
like,
so-
90% of the Hallmark
Yeah.
movies. So.
Okay, but they're so great, and that's like what they're built on. Like that's their Christmas trademark. Like,
It's a bad
So-
trademark then.
well, you're a bad trademark.
Well, let's get to Arpitha.
Yeah.
My favorite Christmas movie, hands down, is the movie Elf. It's just such
Yes.
a
That's
fun
a good
story.
movie.
That's a
That's
good
a good
choice.
It's so
movie.
entertaining, and like you can rewatch it multiple times, and it's still good every single time.
This is true.
Completely.
I've
agree.
never watched Elf.
Are you
so-
serious?
Really?
So
I'm sorry,
boring.
what
I've
are you
never
doing for
watched
life?
it.
No wonder your favorite Christmas movie.
Well,
What
my
about you
take
guys?
is
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
favorite. Oh, that's a tough one. I would. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
No.
No.
That
I
is
have to
it.
say the Christmas Story again, kind of on the same way that Jen
Yeah, okay.
says it. It's just a yearly tradition for my family.
Okay.
You know, we always watch it once Christmas Day at least.
That's
Mine is probably the original the old Grinch.
Oh yeah.
It's
that's
just
a
a
good
nice little
movie.
story, and
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it. It's very touching.
I was rewatching the animated Frosty the Snowman the other day with my family, and I never realized how absolutely terrifying that movie was as a child. Like, if you go back and watch it, like, there's the really scary guy that's like, no, and he gets like really messy. Like, he's so scary. I don't know.
I don't remember that.
I can't think of his name, but it's like the like mean guy that like wants
Yeah.
Frosty to melt, and he's like he's a scary dude, and like I don't know, I think it's so funny that's like such a iconic Christmas movie, but in the reality of it, he's kind of like incredibly terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know. Christmas spirit.
Let's not have it. Jeff, looks like you're gonna say something.
Yeah, I was trying to remember that character. He's like, what keeps coming to me is the old villain from one of the old Boomerang shows where he had a dog named Muttley, and I think that because just a character that's only made to be evil.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like that, and in my mind, I'm just thinking of this guy. And now I got like Muttley, do something stuck in my head, and it's driving me insane. You know, but that's not Christmassy. That's just my own mental health.
I mean, there are also the movies that are quote unquote Christmas movies, but aren't really Christmas movies.
Like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I love.
Shut up, Jeff. Don't mention them.
Christmas time is here. Time for joy.
The one that's on, like, off the top of my head is Shazam.
Oh yeah.
That was originally supposed to be like a December release, but then Aquaman took that slot instead.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why. Aquaman was like considerably lower quality.
They
than
probably
Shazam.
just wanted to rush Aquaman.
That's fair. But yeah, Shazam, it's got a lot of Christmas elements to it. They just cut out a lot of it because they released it in like March or something.
I think the like Christmas movie culture is really cool because like I feel like
Yes,
there's
for
so
sure.
many movies where they like they're not Christmas based but they still like involve like the Christmas kind of aspect, and so I think
That's
it's really
true.
cool to like like, especially, like, I this is just a weird example, but, like, off the topic of movies, but, like, TV shows where they do, like, Christmas episodes. I think those are so fun to watch because you get to see, like, the normal show elements, but then, like, now they're Christmas. Like, it's it's cool to me. And I think, like you said, with, like, the movies that aren't necessarily meant to be Christmas, I think those are really cool because they, like, they're not, like, in your face, but they're still, like, traditional Christmas movies, and I think that's really cool.
I always like the ones that are, like, they redo it, but it's, like, the Christmas Carol. And they just put those characters through, like, the story of the Christmas Carol, but it's
like
their
the
own take on
ghosts
it.
of, like,
The Ghosts of Christmas Past and all that.
Disney
And-
Channel loves that trope.
I just watched the one, it was the Glee Christmas episode. I don't know how many of you watched Glee, but they, like, had him, like, go through, like, this is what your future would be like if you didn't, like, do this. And, yeah, it was a good episode.
Nice.
Yeah. Good story, Jen.
I vividly remember, like, watching all, like, the Disney show Christmas episodes
yeah.
and just, like, looking forward to them so much.
I remember my one favorite was Austin and Ally when Austin was in the freaking ball on New Year's Eve.
Oh.
Yeah, that was great. Because it was always, like, combined. It was, like, the Christmas movies and then, like, the next episode was New Year's. Like, they just, like, back-to-back, like, holiday episodes.
I have to say, like, my favorite, like, Disney Christmas movie is, like, Good Luck Charlie Christmas special. That was really
That was
remember
great.
that.
That was great. It gave me intense anxiety, though. The entire time I felt like I was, you know, lost on Christmas, and I was like, my heart would, like, race watching it. Like, I don't know what's going on. Where are they?
Donald Trump is in Home Alone, too.
He is.
I love that.
He is.
He just makes a small little cameo.
Dude.
Like, points the kid down the
Home
hallway.
Alone is such
Yeah.
a good movie. They get progressively worse, but the
Well,
first
yeah.
one's really good. And, you know, I
Old
feel
movie
like
quality is like that.
Like, I
that's
should
true.
say that about any series, like,
Yeah.
if, like, when they have, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like Sharknado.
Okay, Sabrina, that's not
It's like
Christmas.
Christmas.
Get out of here. Go.
No.
You heard it here first. Sharknado is a Christmas movie.
Just sharks with Christmas hats on.
You guys are hitting the red. That's how loud you are.
Great! I hope I'm really loud.
I need to
That
simmer
wasn't-
down a bit.
I'm just gonna give stuff
a little
for Jackson to edit.
Poor Jackson.
Hi, Jackson.
We have anything else?
Yeah.
You
I
do?
think we've just gone on a tangent about, like,
Well, that's the entire point
Yes,
of
yeah,
this
but-
conversation.
I think we also need to just, like, we've said we like the idea of, you know, the Christmas, not just Christmas movies, but movies that involve Christmas.
Yeah.
But, like, we look back fondly on the good ones. What about the bad ones?
We don't talk
The
about
ones that are hot. This is a movie podcast.
No.
We talk about
I
everything.
know.
What was that
First
Christmas
Amendment.
movie? You're right.
We
Where
can
the
talk
First
about-
Amendment.
Where the
Wait,
child got a
what?
BB gun for Christmas.
That was the Christmas
That's
story.
the Christmas story.
That's a great movie.
Sabrina.
And he shoots his eye out. Yes, that's
Shoot
the
your
Christmas
eye
story.
out. Fun story. I have a great story. I told this one to Will the other day. No, so when I was a kid, I watched A Christmas Story, and I saw the scene where the kid licks the pole and gets his tongue stuck to the pole. And so my very intelligent, probably second, third grade person thought it would be the best thing to do was for me to go outside and lick a pole. Well, thank God the pole was wood and not metal. But yeah, I went outside and licked a street pole because I was hoping I could see if I could get my tongue stuck. So, fun story. Don't lick frozen metal poles because the Christmas Story is a living example.
You'll probably get a disease from that too. So.
Probably. I'm surprised I didn't need a tetanus shot after I licked the pole. Like,
That's what I was thinking.
One recent Christmas movie I can think of is The Grinch.
oh, the
From
newer one,
Illumination.
yeah.
That I didn't enjoy that at all.
I didn't think it was good at all. I thought it was like really
I mean,
stupid.
okay, admittedly, like, the point, like, it still has the Grinch story to it, and that's obviously still gonna be a good story. But there was this little tangent they went on with, what's the daughter's name? That movie, is anyone, it's a weird Dr. Seuss name.
Oh my god. Cindy Lou Who.
Cindy
Oh
Lou
my
Who, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I look like Cindy Lou Who. Of course I know her name.
They just have an entire tangent with the kids doing whatever during that movie.
Yeah.
it still reaches the same conclusion, and I still tear up at the conclusion. It's like, oh wow, look at this old grumpy man is now being accepted by people because he learned to open up about his feelings. That's just a nice story and a good message for kids, but Illumination's touch really just kind of makes it childish and immature.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, but didn't they like go on like with like the new like Disney Plus and stuff, and like I think it's on Netflix Kids, but didn't they do like a bunch of TV shows with the Grinch now too, like TV show episodes?
They did.
So it was like the
Greens and
movie,
Ham
and then it was like spin-offs.
Yeah.
For Netflix.
Green Eggs and Ham.
Oh, I think there was like a spin-off of the movie too, but
That would be sad.
yeah,
That'd be really
it was either way. The movie itself is, I wasn't a super huge fan.
No.
I was really put off when I heard, because like the classic Grinch song is,
Yeah.
you know, the guy with the low humming voice, and it's like gets you into that kind of evil Christmas mood, which is like a mood that I didn't know existed.
I think you can hit it really well.
Mr. Grinch.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a slime. And I don't know the rest of it, but yeah, they redid it. And what makes what I hated is that it wasn't that. It was kind of like a rock take on it.
Oh
And,
yeah.
You know, it was very new rocky, and this isn't like a statement about that kind of rock, because you know what, I don't really care what kind of music you listen to or anything like that, and sometimes that music's good, but you can't mess with classics like that.
Okay,
Right.
I have another thing I have to talk about with like messing with the classics. People keep like making Frozen a Christmas movie, and like artists like music wise are like putting like Do You Want to Build a Snowman on their Christmas album, and it's bothering me so much. Like Frozen 2 just came out, right?
I mean, it's
and
snowy, so like of
it
course
is,
people are
but
gonna
it's
mention
not
Christmas.
It's not about Christmas. It doesn't have anything to do with Christmas. It's a winter movie. It is not a Christmas movie, and it drives
It's
me
a
crazy.
fairy tale
You
movie
think-
with
Yeah.
winter elements.
Well, you know, the Battle of Stalingrad happened in the winter. Does
Jeff,
that make
what
that?
is that?
Oh
You
my
know,
gosh.
would that
Is
make
the
that
Battle
a
of
Christmas movie?
Stalingrad? That's going to be a good Christmas movie, Jeff. Thanks.
Yeah. We'll do
Frozen
it. Let's
2
do it.
is Stalingrad.
Okay, fine.
Let's do it. Yeah.
But back to the Grinch. Yeah, that song, it just didn't fit the tone because the original one, obviously, it makes the Grinch out to be this horrible, bad person, which is what he is. And then the new one, it doesn't have the same oomph that it did. So I don't know.
It lost that feeling.
It really did.
And when they played it in the ads and all that, it kind of just, you know, you lost it. It wasn't, because it hits you when you listen to it. You're like, this is the Grinch. And you're happy. Yeah, you weren't happy when you listened to that. Oh.
Sorry.
Let's see what I'm picking up.
Huh?
Nothing.
I hope it's not on there. That's what
I would have to say, now that I was thinking about it, because I read a story about how Hallmark was like making like Jewish movies or like about like Hanukkah and stuff. And I was wondering, like, there's so many Christmas movies and like barely any ones about like how other people go through the holidays, like Hanukkah and just other holidays in general. And I feel like we've just blown up Christmas so much that people, even if you don't celebrate it, it's in your face. You have to be a part of it.
Shameless plug. I just wrote an opinion about how Christmas is just
A consumer trap.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it used to be called. Then there was more of a shift to, like, what happens. You have to read it to find out what I say. Because I don't actually remember everything I say. But yeah, I think Christmas is just way too commercialized.
Yeah, I think it's kind of become a fad. Like, you look at, like, you know, schools having, like, ugly Christmas sweater days, cough, cough, Marquette High School. And, you know, you look at that and you're like, it has nothing to do with Christmas. No one's saying, hey, this is the birth of Christ. Everyone is just saying, you know, like, let's all dress up in ugly sweaters because everyone else is doing it and it's trendy and it's cute. And I just think it's really funny how it, like, has, like, really, like, geared away from the true spirit of Christmas.
Right. And then because Christmas is such a big thing, it also kind of takes away attention that other holidays like Hanukkah and Kwanzaa deserve. But
And even Thanksgiving.
yeah,
All the way a month early.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Turkey Day.
We kind of walked away from the topic of movies.
We did.
Yeah, go back
That
to
just
But
ends up
that's
happening.
fine. It's a podcast.
This is everything happens.
Okay. You know what? I'm out of things to say unless anyone else has something.
I mean, I kind of have something to say about like
Yeah,
Sabrina's.
Of course.
So I'm not Christian, but like we sometimes celebrate Christmas and sometimes don't. And like it doesn't bother me that it's such a big thing because like my family does like Christmas. There's deals, and yeah, it's like very materialistic, but like that's kind of what we like about it in part. And it's just fun. Like even though like I'm not Christian, I can still enjoy the Christmas spirit, and
Yeah.
Christmas movies help me to do that.
Yeah.
That's a good perspective.
That is a really good person.
Okay. That was season 4, episode 3 of your Marquette High School Messenger Movie Podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you listen to us next time too.
Hasta luego.
Bye.